This summer marks the 4th solo appearance of Chris Hemsworth in Thor: Love and Thunder. As the first trailer has unfortunately still not been released, fans are still waiting for a first real glimpse of the film's villain, Gorr the God Butcher. Now, thanks to an action figure, we get a sneak peek of Gorr's outfit in the movie, even without a trailer. In a tweet from MCU Direct on April 10th, the antagonist is seen with bare feet and dressed in a wide robe. Next to him, there's a huge sword that is described as a strange and terrifying weapon. Another leak shows all the major figures of the upcoming film, including Gorr again. Here, however, he is seen on the package not with a white robe, but a dark one which fits better with the comic original. But instead, he has no tentacles but a normal nose. The printed descriptions on the back of the toy boxes also reveal more about the upcoming movie. There's talk about the Valkyrie Queen and the protection of her people from new threats, which of course refers to Gorr. It's a pity that there's still no first trailer for Thor 4: Love and Thunder, but we are confident the time will come soon. The movie will be released in theaters on July 8th, 2022. Fans were amazed when Vin Diesel recently announced the signing of MCU star Brie Larson for the upcoming Fast and Furious 10. After Jace Momoa and Daniela Melchior, she's the next top-class newcomer for the second to last part of the series, and there's already a theory about who she might play. By a range of forums and comment columns, fans are discussing Larson's yet-to-be-announced role, and many are of the opinion that she will star as Brian's sister. Following the then also unexpected news of John Cena in an unknown role, it turned out that he would be playing Dom's brother Jacob, so the assumption of the announcement of another close family member is not too far-fetched. Besides, a tribute to the late Paul Walker's character in the upcoming 2 films is considered certain, so it could make perfect sense to introduce his sister. Apart from Larson, Momoa, and Melchior, we will of course see old familiar faces such as Vin Diesel, Tyrese Gibson, Michelle Rodriguez, Ludacris, and others again. Fast and Furious 10 is scheduled for release on May 19th, 2023. We only recently reported that Hollywood legend Bruce Willis will no longer perform in films and series due to health problems. Just a few days later, Jim Carrey, who had his big breakthrough as a comedian and actor in the 90s, also announced that Sonic 2 will probably be his last movie before retiring. In an interview with Access Hollywood, he affirmed that he was quite serious about it and that he loved his quiet life. He also added that he had already done enough, which is an extremely rare statement from the ranks of A-list actors. One may surely granted to him on a personal level. After all, Jim Carrey is nothing less than an icon in the field of comedy. Still, Sonic fans in particular are wondering how his big role as Dr. Robotnik will continue. This question has also been addressed by those responsible at Paramount, since Sonic the Hedgehog and its recently released sequel introduced the Sonic Cinematic Universe. Alongside Sonic the Hedgehog 3, a spin-off series about Sonic's companion Knuckles is also in the works. Even if Jim Carrey were to return to the camera in a few years, it is clear that he will be taking an extended break beforehand and thus will not be available for the filming of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. For Sonic producers Neil H. Moritz and Toby Asher, it's at least evident that Carrey's Dr. Robotnik would not be cast with anyone else but him. We are definitely excited to find out what happens next with Dr. Robotnik and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Unfortunately, a release date for the upcoming movie is not yet known. Soon, the 6th season of the Breaking Bad spin-off Better Call Saul will be coming to Netflix. This series, centered around the quirky lawyer Saul Goodman, is a total success and has been a standalone part of the franchise alongside the main series for years. As has now been announced on Twitter, there will be a much-anticipated reunion with Walter White, Jesse Pinkman, and Saul in time for the final season of Better Call Saul. The official Twitter account of the series recently revealed this by posting a photo of the 2 stars of the original series. It is currently unknown in what form Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul will celebrate their reunion. However, it seems logical to assume that the first meeting of the odd trio at the beginning of Breaking Bad will be revisited. We will find out more when the 6th season of Better Call Saul premieres on April 18th and July 11th, 2022, as the season will be released in 2 parts. What would the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies ever be without the giant scary dinosaurs? In the first Jurassic World, it was the Indominus Rex that spread fear and terror, and in the sequel, it was the somewhat smaller Indoraptor that caused some auction guests to have a wrecked evening. Needless to say, Jurassic World Dominion will be no exception and will also introduce a new movie favorite on the side of the dinosaurs. The big change is that this time it won't be a hybrid creature but a real dinosaur that actually existed. it. We are talking about the gigantic Giganotosaurus that can be seen in a new image from Empire magazine. Like the T-Rex, this dinosaur is a giant carnivore with an estimated length of up to 43 feet. It is also believed to be even more frightening in appearance than the T-Rex, as the Giganotosaurus is said to be quite a bit larger. Director Colin Trevorrow compares the animal newcomer with the Joker that wants to see the world burn. At the very least, that sounds like some action-packed encounters between the protagonists and the new dinosaur, especially since many fans are looking forward to seeing a real-life dinosaur and not an imaginary creation from Universal take center stage again after the two prequels. There was also information about the running time of the upcoming blockbuster. At 2 hours and 26 minutes, the new film is by far the longest installment in the franchise, which should do justice to the conclusion of the trilogy. Jurassic World Dominion is expected to hit theaters on June 10th, 2022. We have known about the future Percy Jackson series from Disney Plus for around 2 years. Now, there is some news about the project because Disney cast 13-year-old Walker Scobell, who recently was seen in The Adam Project alongside Ryan Reynolds. Scobell will play the titular demigod Percy, who one day learns of his kinship to Poseidon. In the first part of the book series, which forms the basis for the series, Percy must stand up to none other than Zeus, who suspects the 12-year-old of stealing his master bolt. The expectations of fans of the book series are not particularly high after 2 mediocre films. Nevertheless, one can be optimistic for 2 reasons. On the one hand, Percy Jackson author Rick Riordan is creatively involved this time, and on the other hand, Disney is likely to ensure that the project gets the necessary financial support. Shooting is expected to begin later this year, allowing for a release date in 2023. We will, of course, keep you updated on further news. Things are moving forward with the Barbie movie adaptation announced a few months ago. After we already heard about the signing of Margot Robbie as Barbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken, another Hollywood star has now joined the cast. The talk is of comedian and actor Will Ferrell, who is to complete the star lineup. He plays the CEO of a toy company, and naturally, people suspect that the company could be Mattel. Sadly, there's no information about the story of the movie yet, which is why one can only speculate. Some fans would like to see a similar approach to the Lego Movie, where different levels of reality are presented. Also involved are co-stars America Ferrera, Simu Liu, and Kate McKinnon. We will keep you posted on further news. Although an official release date is not yet known, a release in 2023 seems realistic. This week, we would like to suggest you to watch our news original on the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder, where you can get all the latest news on the MCU movie. After that, you will definitely be up to date even without a trailer.